The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This quick pass complete to Sutton. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now on second and 16. Murray. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken yards. It's a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second and 12, Murray. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Murray. He completes this to Sutton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On first and 10, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Right here.
From the red zone now, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he's brought down. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Todd Gurley. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drop.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will be out of bounds on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Jameis to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Traquan Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ballgame or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has one touchdown, one interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Stepping up, he's Murray fighting, lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On the toss, it's Gurley.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
22 yards there, a first down. First down, Winston. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Winston. And this one complete to Smith. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. Dillon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
Murray now to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. First down, Murray. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Prater on to add the extra point. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. To throw, Winston. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A pass there complete to Sutton. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, and now it's 2nd down. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Murray again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready. Let's 57.
Following the interception, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Winston here to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ready. Blue ready. You go touch.
Gurley again here on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up.